So while I was definitely incorrect about how bad the situation would be with these random people showing up to do the ritual with Momo and turn her back to normal size, it seems like a lot of us did not realize that there would be severe consequences for what we were doing. And I have to say, what a way to reset the dynamic between Momo and Okarun, but not only that, completely subvert the entire fandom's expectations, because all of us, for the last humongous stretch of chapters, have been nothing but worried about everybody forgetting about Momo. I mean, even in the last couple of chapters specifically, we already saw that some people were and definitely did already forget who Momo was if they didn't have enough spiritual energy. But now that Momo's back to normal size, it seems like everything about her has been brought back to before chapter 1 actually occurred, because she does not believe for a moment that aliens exist. However, she does remember her grandmother, Seiko, of course, and she does remember Gigi, although she doesn't remember meeting him and seeing him into what he looks like now. So I guess the question is, did the ritual fail? Was this always intentional and part of the Uchide no Tachikaze hammer's consequences? Or was I actually correct and we just have not figured out how deep and disastrous the group of people that showed up and helped Momo are? Because while we do see Momo wake up in the hotel, she's getting helped with coffee, Vamola is safe and sleeping next to her, you could definitely look at this as a group of people that were instructed to always help Momo, because supposedly this assistant tells us that Seiko made reservations here at this establishment, and because she was in the hospital and she was so incapacitated, she wasn't able to be brought to the establishment and they had to cancel her room, which makes sense. I don't remember Seiko requesting any, reservations at an establishment, especially with how fast everything went. Like, one of the craziest things about this is that Seiko and the group rushed over to Shimane because they needed to do everything before the supermoon. And another question is, where are Unjizuma and where's Daiki? Because the person that grabs Momo and brings her to the ritual establishment says that your friends have already been taken care of, don't worry, you are next. But in the hotel, we only see Vamola with Momo. Now, it's possible, of course, women and men could be separated. It makes sense that Unji and Daiki might have their own room, but I do think it's weird that they don't show up at all. Are they still sleeping? Would they have woken up before Momo did, and maybe I feel like they would have regrouped with Gigi and Psycho, no, if that was the case? So all I really want to say is, I know I may have jumped the gun in saying that the villains were completely responsible for grabbing Momo and they were going to hold Momo hostage with, this ability to hold this curse over her head, but that obviously didn't happen. However, I just overall do think the events of this are clearly suspicious in some way, shape, or form, because while Psycho was clearly in no condition to be brought back to the hotel, when we do check up on her, she seems completely fine. She stands up, she hugs Momo, she's happy to see her, she's even surprised, and it overall seems like they don't even know how she got back to normal, right? Like, Grandma Seiko does not seem to know why Momo has lost her memories. She clearly did not expect this to be a problem with the ritual. So let me get on my suspicion soapbox for a minute here and say that once again, the main goal of Count Saint Germain, the main orchestrator, has been to capture Momo's id Cosmos. And because of her specific situation, because of all of the people she had around her and the people that she was fighting for, she would never give up in terms of fighting, in terms of combat. The only way to reach her was to attack the people close to her. And even that wasn't able to get to her. So what is now the best way to separate Momo from everyone she holds dear? Erasing her memories. Because now, realistically, the only people she cares for are Seiko and maybe Gigi, because remember, as far as Gigi is concerned, she hasn't seen Gigi since elementary school. This video is sponsored by GamerSupps, the ultimate energy and focus formula. Use my code NOOP now for 10% off, and thank you GamerSupps for sponsoring the channel. It's definitely very interesting where all of this could go. And again, I could just be over speculating. My headcanon is always going to the darkest places that the series could possibly go, and as we just saw, I was wrong, so who am I? But what I will say is, I think Momo losing her memories is going to play a very important part in the story, whether it is because this was all the main orchestrator's plan, or it's just an unintended side effect of the ritual. And Unji and Daiki are actually fine. They were just in the next room over. And now the main issue is going to be somehow getting Momo's memories back. Because as we see, where Momo is just completely denying the existence of aliens and is reset back to level 1, oh my god, what if Momo lost her memories because she lost her psychic powers? Can Momo even use her psychic powers? If she went this far back, she hasn't had the experience with aliens yet. Oh no, this might be even worse than I fully imagined. Wow, this is just a live reaction and epiphany that just happened. I'm actually completely curious if literally Momo is reset back to level 1, like she doesn't even believe in spiritualism anymore. Or just like thinks it's kind of all a joke. Wow, that is big time. Holy crap, because here, what I was gonna say is we have Okarun, who is now going through the same process that Gigi did when Gigi learned to control his spiritual energy, you know, summon his spirit gun spiral and also be able to control the evil eye. Manjiro, back at home, is doing everything he can to get Okarun up to speed in spiritual training. Obviously, Okarun does not have the same level of potential that Gigi did, which means he is just taking so much longer to learn a lot of these things. Because remember, one of the big things about Gigi is he was able to just completely master his chi, master everything in like no time at all. Whereas Okarun, I mean, Manjiro's making this guy do wax on, wax off. He's cleaning the temple. He's doing everything because I guess they're staying for free in this establishment because these are, of course, Psycho's real friends. Clearly, the story is going to travel and explore this idea of Okarun, who is now putting his whole entire effort, 110% of his body, into learning and training chi, so that way he can fight for Momo and save her and fight the enemies that are going to be coming for them. And then here we have, in the exact same, you know, probably moment in time, Momo just denying the existence of aliens. So I am fully locked in for where this could go in the story. I could definitely see some people not exactly enjoying this plot development. I mean, the one major thing that I would criticize is just that these random shrine people just showed up out of nowhere on a supposed whim of Psycho made a reservation for this ritual and Momo just happened to get dropped in the specific way that they knew they would need to be. I don't know, man. I just, this all seems super weird to me. Again, I might be overthinking it, but thinking that Yukinobu Tatsu just solved the Momo problem and just switched it out for a whole new problem, who knows? Did Unji and Daiki also lose their memories? Is that why they're not here? Because Unji just had no idea where he was and Unji just went back home, and same with Daiki? I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What a crazy time that DanDaDan is. I don't even know what else to say other than hit that like button, hit the hype button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more DanDaDan content, and I promise you I will be here every chapter, especially with these new developments that we have going on. And my biggest question is, when is the next big bad showing up and how are they going to throw a wrench in this new dynamic that Yukinobu has presented? I love DanDaDan, and most importantly, I love going on the journey with you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.